Well, I don't normally do this, but hey, for a donation of $20, I will unmute the stream and say thank you real quick. So thank you, Riseroth. Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I am Razim and this is Rooms and Reptiles, Dungeons and Dragons. As you can see there, we finally have our group picture done. So we've got it set as the background on Fantasy Grounds. And, well, we're going to have an epic time tonight.
Acknowledge the artist, perhaps?
Oh, yes. Good idea. The artist is That Wild Mary on FA. I'll put a link to her Patreon, I think, in the chat in a moment. I've been working with her and grabbing art from her for months now. And, well, as you can see, she is quite awesome.
All right. Let's begin. After being on the airship for quite a while and winning a little bit of gold from the crew members while playing dice, we finally landed at our destination, the main base of operations for the pirate queen, Ayastal. The surrounding area was covered in a thick fog with columns of smoke sort of rising up above it. Somewhat strange, but the whole place was covered in disgusting, shambling mounds of flesh. Us kobolds were able to take them out with no problem, but the crew members that were with us went down way too easily. We finally met up with Ayastal and made our way through this cave. We came to a secret room, almost encased inside the mountain. That blue orb inside her chest, the one made from all the various things that look like puzzle pieces, sort of lit up and this door opened. And now we sit within the heart of the Mountain King itself, the Usurper. A gigantic man made of magical steel, fit to destroy entire kingdoms with ease. And right now, we've got something about the size of a mountain bearing down on us, but I'm confident we'll make it. Thus, we begin with everybody rolling initiative, please.
Ooh.
Fair play.
As I share this in a timely manner.
Nice.
Oh, goodness, that is a slow response time.
I'm sorry you wasted your 20 there, Sully.
I am as well.
Well, why did you re-roll your initiative?
Did you use lucky point for this?
You totally did.
I mean, that's.
Mark down, you only have 2 left.
I guess that's acceptable.
What's your dexterity bonus, Cobalt? Alright. Good lord, you guys' initiative.
Well, mine makes sense.
I'm assuming this thing is going to be able to go, like, between each of our rounds.
Totally.
So it doesn't really matter.
Why is the Usurper so small compared to that thing?
You underestimate how big this thing really is.
I guess I did.
Putting it lightly,
Go,
this
magic
thing.
kobolds!
So, in regards to scale on this map, each of the squares is not going to represent a concrete distance because I can't really figure out the exact scale on this map. But instead, just sort of convert everything to roughly 10-foot squares in regards to distance for spells and movement and such.
So
Also,
basically
Cobalt
mass
has
combat.
Discord. I think he's having issues with his microphone again. All right. So, and you guys all have the sheet for how everything works, and you've been looking through that for quite a while.
Yes.
You are
That's-
currently
Totally.
grappling the Titan.
Oh.
One of
Oh,
your gigantic fists sort of grasping around one of its horns, like one of those mouth pinchers.
Jumping straight to it.
It seems to be somewhat surprised at the moment. As it sort of tries to comprehend what's going on.
Yeah, I bet something that big would be a little surprised, like, what's happening right now? I'm used to being unstoppable. What is this?
Rakuu, it will be your turn first. I think it would be best to wait until Kobold returns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I will.
probably should do that. It'd be nice.
All right, so I know we just
Discord.
started, guys, but we're gonna take a break. It's gonna be about an hour.
Cobalt says he's crashing in Discord.
Ah,
Okay. We're not actually taking a break, by the way.
No.
Just thought I'd throw that out there for those on stream.
it's a goof. Really, please stay. It's a goof.
Meanwhile, I will work on getting other stuff done. Always more work to do with this.
Of course there is.
Ba-da-da-da, ba-da, ba-da-da-da, ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Yes, I am listening to a jazz remix of the market theme from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
I'm just listening to the Sunkist drop. I'm just listening.
Cobalt, we need your floppy-eared sorcery.
I'm wondering if I should use some sorcery with my own. Imagine this thing with mirror image.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Ah, I see we're of like minds then.
Sully, I swear your voice volume changes every week.
Odd.
Last week I had to turn you up. Now this week I got to turn you down.
For what?
I mean, yeah, you
Discord.
do sound louder. I mean, it's
You
nicer.
fool, you didn't follow up on that.
Is the heart an action we can do, or is that its own action?
It's a bonus action.
Yes. To do any of the actions listed in the heart section, that's a bonus action for you. In
Ooh.
addition to the control key charges.
Which we could do one move and one attack and a bonus action. Okay. Unfortunately, I've not had a lot of time to study this because it's been a hell of a week.
I studied
I was
it and
just
then I
studying
forgot.
this. I studied it at work because I have nothing better to do there.
We were so short-staffed this week. I had no time to even look at it. I was
I
looking at it.
I studied it last Thursday, and then I took my grandpa to the hospital, so I've been.
Oh, I've been
I've-
I've been reading it all day.
I pulled my back and I've been unable to do much.
I've been working graveyard during finals week, so there's been nothing.
So you're
Good.
the master of this.
I wouldn't say that because I was also up for about 37 hours when I was reading it.
You know, why don't we just assign like a tactician and say, hey, what should we do?
Hit it hard. Hit it really, really hard.
Just
Okay,
ask
I will
Usurper.
do march all over it.
Just ask Usurper, how are you feeling today? What do you want to do?
You know, knowing Nova, it would respond. and be another eldritch being, just like our house.
Oh yeah.
And it would bite Sully's hand for some reason.
A little
There a
love taste.
reason why you are giving him ideas?
These are great ideas. Just keep.
Because
Let
he
him
would
keep
probably
talking.
have them anyway.
I don't think he does. Or did.
Under
I don't want Dova. Dova probably doesn't want my ideas. They'll probably kill the party.
I'm gonna go ahead
That
and
means
close...
that Dova does want your ideas.
I'm just gonna close all of Raku's abilities because they're not necessary
Yeah, you
today.
don't need that shit.
So I'm gonna make the map really big, even though I'm really not gonna look at it.
Well, it says Cobalt's online on Discord now.
Do you just want me to go because there's still 2 other people after me
Yeah.
before Cobalt?
Look. We'll start without him right now.
Alright, so... Let me see. We're grappled, right?
Yes, you've got one hand basically crushed around one of its sort of jaw things.
Alright, and since we're grappled, I don't have disadvantage for, like, ranged attacks, right?
That is correct.
That's only
We're
if I'm 5 feet away.
grappling.
No, I know, but if I
Okay.
use, like, primordial beams, it would be... It would just immediately hit him.
Pretty much.
Alright.
Hi, Cobalt.
So,
How are you? It's a good sign.
I just want to make sure before I do that, because I'm pretty sure that's the rules, right? If I'm 5 feet away, it's disadvantage, but if I'm
If you're
closer
grappled,
than
yes,
5
yeah.
feet...
Go ahead and.
Alright. So I'm going to cast Primordial Beams with 2 overcharges.
All right.
So that brings it to 6d12 plus 10.
Wonderful.
So let me see. What bonus do I add to that?
That's it right there.
Just that?
Yep.
Just roll d20?
6d12 plus 10. Yes. It's gonna hit. Trust me.
Oh, okay. Modifier.
It's bigger than a mountain. It's hard to miss.
You're basically stuffing the barrel into its mouth at the moment.
Yeah. Alright, 56 damage.
It's from a pauldron. From your right pauldron. This compartment just almost swivels upward, and a beam of rippling energy surges out, striking it kind of near one of its jaw's hinges. You can see as a colossal just scrap of flesh arcs off into the distance. And as the sort of the steam dissipates, you can see that you've done a decent amount of damage, but not nearly enough. As it roars. A
All right.
deep, resonating roar that seems to vibrate the mech itself.
In the control chair, I just have a toothy grin and I growl happily.
Wonderful.
And let me see. Annihilation can't target the Usurper, right?
Which one?
The heart ability, the black hole.
Since you're still getting used to everything, I'll say that isn't quite available to you yet.
That's understandable. That's probably not something to use in the first move.
No, probably not.
No, I get that. That's totally fine. Alright, and I'm gonna use Fury.
Alright.
So everyone else gets to use 2 abilities for their next turns.
Any 2 abilities.
Yeah. Well, yeah, any 2 abilities. So let me make sure I deduct this. So that's 4 control key charges.
Cobalt,
Okay.
are you here?
Cobalt!
Yes.
There we go.
Hey!
Sick buddy. I don't know if you were here if I told you, but keep track of the control charges. If you lose track, I will assume you have 1 at the start of your turn. I don't care how you do it, just do it.
Now again,
If you lose track, what?
If you lose track of how many charges you have, I will assume you have a 1.
Okay.
There we go. You start out with 10. And 10 is also the max
Okay.
for each person.
And you get how much at the start of your turn?
If you lose track, you have 1. Otherwise, you get 4 charges at the start of the next turn, which I have a separate marker for.
so at on Sully's turn, I get another 4, right?
No. It's at the start of the
Okay.
next turn. I will have a separate counter for that, as I said before.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I was kind of confused about that. Okay, thank you. So at my next turn, I get +4.
No, on the mech's turn, not on your turn. On the mech's,
It has its own tracker.
it has its
Oh,
own.
the mech has its own turn?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
basically 4 things that specifically call for it.
Oh, at the start of the Usurper's turn. Okay, I had no fucking idea that was a thing.
Come on, man.
Right?
I gave you a
Never-
week.
I didn't know that the Usurper itself had a turn. I thought we were fighting the fucking Kobold Zord.
No, not quite. It's not that cool.
All right, no, that's fair. I get it. Don't worry. I am totally on board now.
Excellent. I believe that will be the end of your turn, unless you want to move.
It is.
All right.
And just to remind everyone else that they all have Fury.
So you get to use any 2 actions instead of being limited.
Okay.
So it is going to strike out. The tentacle attack. Going to have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Nope. The mech will, which gives a +4.
The Kaiju uses tackle attack.
It's going to slam out with one of its monstrous bone-tipped tentacles. And that is, you're going to pass that. So you do not actually take any damage from that. As your right arm just instinctively lashes out, knocking the tentacle to the side. Sully, your turn.
Very well. Now, Rakuu, should I do that now, or did you have something in mind for me?
Well, since Dova was metaing, I feel it's fair to still meta and remind you that he said he was going to nerf that.
Oh.
So just kind of be careful what we're doing. Maybe save that as a last resort.
Yeah, I suppose. No need to go crazy yet.
No, not yet.
That's why Rock's last.
So, Sully.
Yes. Just looking around and seeing what looks appealing.
Well, you're currently... you would have pulled yourself up by now, as you're currently standing on a bit shaky footing of a crushed mountainside. The other beast itself is almost embedded into the ground under its own weight. And you can see a trench sort of leading off to where it actually came from, somewhere to the north. Behind it is a small lake that seems to lead off somewhere. You can see that you are incredibly tall, compared to your previous state. And in fact, in the sort of medium range, maybe 1 or 2 miles away, you can see the airship. It seems to
Interesting.
be slowly floating in a direction away from the battle, somewhere to the south.
Probably for the best. I hope our kobolds are on it.
You can certainly hope.
I'm thinking of Iron Vanguard. But that might not be great right now.
I mean, I don't want to meta, so. Well, our minds are linked. So...
Yes, they are. So
Iron
actually,
Vanguard might be pretty good to just get out immediately, so we have 2 more attackers.
yeah, I was thinking that right now. Like, I'm reviewing them once more so I remember where it was, and I'm thinking like, actually that's pretty good.
So, the Usurper means meta's off the table.
I mean, what can you do? We are actually mind linked right now.
We are. And for some reason, I'm thinking about Rock holding a baguette.
Rock holding a baguette, making
Without
a necromantic golem, and admiring himself in the mirror with
And
Kale on
petting
his
a
shoulder.
bear. With Kale on his shoulder, petting a bear.
Somebody
It's
needs
the
to draw
fucking-
that.
It's the weirdest thing possible.
Anyway, let's go with Iron Vanguard.
Alright.
Fire off them shield guardian golems.
This is rather entertaining.
This is very entertaining.
And remember, you can overcharge or any of the other bonus stuff.
Pretty good idea. If I'm not
I mean, you
worried
can
about...
also cast Iron Vanguard twice. Send out 4 shield guardians.
It's going to be capped at 2 because
Yeah, that sounds absurd.
Okay.
connection is very bad with me. Where do you want it?
Yeah, same here.
I'd like one
They're not
above
that
and
big.
below it. Oh. Oh, I don't
remember-
get to choose where they go. Stuff's
Well,
finished.
remember, they deal damage to their impact site.
Oh. So on him. Just actually on him.
Okay.
And is that for each or all together? That dex saving throw.
I believe that is each.
Hmm.
So 60, 12 plus 20.
Yep, pretty much. All right. Jesus.
I like this thing.
Is this the D12? No, this one.
It is going to make one of
50.
those saving throws.
Make one. Okay.
Alright. It's going
So
to
that's
make
a
the first
4.
one. So, alright. it takes that much damage.
I haven't added the 20, but
I got you.
Yeah, for the rest of you guys, remember, it's probably best if you click on the modifier area and then add it in, just so it adds it into the total.
yeah, okay.
I'm quite happy with where I put the group picture on the stream.
It's very good.
Let's see it.
Sully,
Yeah, that's a good
Mhm.
place for it.
how about... Is that your turn? Because you can make
No.
one more action.
I don't suppose I could ask you what you had in mind when it comes to nerfing. I just have to see for myself.
Yeah.
Alright
If
then.
it's in regards to invisibility, it is very hard to make this thing invisible.
No, not. I hadn't considered that at all. That's it. That. Look, we can't be that cheesy.
Yeah, he said he was nerfing invisibility and teleportation, so...
Oh, was that all?
I mean, that's all he said, but I'm
If
sure
you try
he
to
has more
summon
in mind.
animals, if you try to summon animals, Eric, I'm actually just gonna... No, I'm just gonna leave, okay?
I would like to point out that I had not
Yeah.
thought of doing that until you just said so.
Well,
I-
don't
I
think
was-
about it.
I
because
was
I'm not
thinking
allowing
more
it.
along the lines of mirror image, but okay.
You can certainly try.
Eric summons 3 more usurpers.
Oh my god. that would be cool.
Well, does it count as a elemental?
No.
We each get one and it just turns into fucking Gundam.
How about you take your dang turn, Sully?
I'm
He took half of it. Thanks to me, he has another half.
Tyrant's Gaze.
Alright.
What is that?
It's the first crown ability.
Oh, okay.
Alright, go ahead and roll a ranged spell attack. That is plus 11 to hit.
Okay. Hold on. How do I? Gosh, I'm just used to using my dice. How do?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find out how to add a plus 11 to a dice roll.
Click the button or the thing that says modifier, and then just type in 11 with your keyboard.
Oh, there it
it'll
is.
Add it.
Okay.
Do you know how to roll multiple dice?
Yeah, I know how to do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's just how you do it.
Oh my god, really?
And then it
That'll
says
hit,
that you
but-
do that twice.
That will hit, but do half damage.
Oh, okay. Right, twice.
And that will hit for full damage.
Alright, now I'll just roll the damage. It is 3d12 plus 5.
Oh, I thought that was the damage.
Plus...
Did
what?
I mess up? Oh, never mind. I forget. My my attack was an immediate hit.
Yes. First hit.
Half damage. Alright.
Consistent.
All right, Sully.
I'm not a bad mech pilot, it seems. And that's
I
my
pr-
turn.
I
Alright.
praise into the mental construct.
Mhm.
So,
As
is it still a
from each-
construct if it's
from
fucking
each shoulder pauldron.
embedded in me?
Can you shut up for a second?
I'm sorry.
As
How
from
can you
each...
expect us to be quiet when we're
Holy
asleep?
fuck. Can just give me a second.
No. No. Actually, no.
So, from just behind each shoulder pauldron.
By the way, Dova, I'd just like to take this opportunity to point out you can mute them.
From each shoulder,
It's actually not the
A-
shoulder; it's the crown.
I'm
He's
talking
gonna do
about the
something.
guardians. Do I need to mute all of you? Holy fuck. From behind each shoulder, a metal disc roughly 30 feet around shoots upwards. They kind of drift around in the air for a moment before plummeting to the earth directly on top of this titan. One of them slams into what looks to be a shoulder, and the other one slams into one of the sort of locomotion tentacles or sort of claws that scrape against the ground. And as they hit, you see a sort of reddish yellow liquid explode as quite a bit of the chitinous exoskeleton is cracked by the impact. And from that heavy disc, two metal golems emerge. And basically, they prepare themselves to battle against this as well. Erix, it is your turn as I unmute you because you so rudely interrupted. Erix. He can't shut up. And now he's gone.
I thought you just kicked him. I thought you just kicked
Can't kick him from the server. It's his server.
So we are still grappling this guy, right?
Yes.
Perfect. I will use Giga Drill for both of mine.
All right. As you release the grapple, spectral drills forming out of midair directly in front of each palm. They spin up almost immediately as you surge forward. Wait a minute. He needs to make an attack against you.
What?
Erix, could you make a dexterity saving throw as the Usurper?
What is...
Should detail it exactly in the stat block. Dexterity is
plus 6 to all
4.
saving.
Yep. And -2 for its innate stats. So +4.
My cat is very hyper today.
Right, that
Good
will
to know.
pass.
Great.
As another one of its tentacles lashes out, but you release your grip on its on one of its claws and just smash it to the side as the drills form in midair right in front of your hands. Giga drill that requires. So that is a unarmed weapon attack, so +16 to hit. On 2.
Hey, now, since we're kobolds, we get pack tactics, right?
No. You're
Aw.
definitely not within 5 feet, accounting for scale.
Oh, no!
Right now, we are Groot.
We may be Groot.
There are no allies. You are the ally.
Should I draw a card for this, or...
Fuck that. Keep going.
Hey,
Roll, roll,
Dova, can I
please.
use
Sorry?
Oh,
can I use
yeah!
Lucky?
It's not your turn, so you can't use that ability for someone else.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It might have been a special.
Nope.
Well,
Alright.
there's
First
that.
one will miss. The second one will hit. The first one does half damage.
Okay, so the first
go
one
ahead
does
and
half
roll
damage,
damage,
and the
so-
second one does full?
Yes. So 8d12 plus 10 twice.
I am.
Is you are going to burn 60 feet through.
There's the first. And there's the second.
Alright, that's 143 damage.
If you'll excuse me, I think somebody's at my door.
God dang it.
But I'm done for my turn, so.
You
Alright.
still have another. Oh, did he use it twice or?
Yes, he used it twice.
Okay.
As you sort of crouch down and with an explosion of mechanical energy, surge forward, cracking a lot of the stone beneath you as it almost explodes as those drills spin up fully. And you burrow through the fucker, emerging on the other side, mostly unscathed, but covered in its almost ichor. It screeches. It's the tone of its voice much higher and more desperate now, and very, very angry still. As a short drop drops you into the shallow end of a small lake. A plume of water explodes up from where you landed as you slowly turn around to the recovering beast. As it's actually going to attack one of the shield guardians. Oh, goodness. Okay, so.
Hello?
Um,
Excuse me, I need to leave for a moment.
for what reason? Is that much damage? He is grappled. As the one labeled as Shield Guardian number 3 is drawn into the constricting embrace of one of the gigantic tentacles. Bony protrusions dig into the its metal exoskeleton as sparks and flames start to rise from its various mechanical components. Cobalt, are you here?
Yes, things seem to have stayed. Alright. So, first, I'm going to use. What's it called? Spell Emulation. I'm using 4 control keys to cast Protection from Evil and Good.
Okay.
And then, Litany of Winter. Something, whatever. That word. Of Winter.
Yeah, Litany of Winter.
Okay.
Yes. So, 90-foot cone, Constitution.
That will be everyone. They all fail.
Let me just grab all these dice. That was relatively low. But it's fine. They all take that much cold damage. And okay, so they're restrained on a failed saving.
Okay.
And if a creature fails to save by more than 5, it is paralyzed until the ice is thawed or until with fire or freed by an action.
All right. Both shield guardians are paralyzed.
Cool.
Actually, no, they can't be. So none of them are.
Oh,
They
okay.
are both restrained, and one of them's also grappled.
But the big guy's restrained, right? That was the big deal.
Yes, yes.
Wait, so is restrained the one where we have advantage against?
I believe that is correct, yes.
Okay, cool, but it's not paralyzed. So anyway, next turn. Oh, I can actually put protection from evil and good on guardian. Or the usurpers.
Just put it on the usurper. Should
Yeah.
be listed. Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So, everybody add 4 control charges.
4, right?
Unless you're at 10, which is the max. And that is going to be its turn, I believe. Yep. But before that happens, Titan is going to try to break free of that. What's the saving throw on that?
A nice thing.
For
Yes.
which?
The Litany of Winter is a DC of 19 for
DC and
Constitution, which it will succeed. As a flash of magic basically passes over an innumerable amount of eyes and sort of heats itself. As that ice that's formed around its body near the ground and stuck it in place melts. It is now Shield Guardian's turn. He is going to attempt to remove themselves. Actually, they're restrained as well as grappled, which means he is not going to be able to get out of the grapple. But he is going to attempt he's basically just going to pummel whatever he can reach. That is 1 hit. Alright. Second one is going to do the same. Basically trying to drag it down and keep it held in place. That is going to be 1 hit. Alright. The Titan, it is his turn now. It is going to bite down on the Shield Guardian, which it has grappled. It's going to hit by 1. And that will actually do it for that one.
That's done for the Titan?
For the Shield Guardian. as its tremendous maw basically just clamps down on it. There's a explosion of magical fire and shards of metal as it's basically ground up into smithereens.
All right.
As it is going to could you give me a a Constitution saving throw?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Jeez.
It is actually a success, but you will take half damage.
Okay.
And that's 18. Due to the fact that you take very little damage at the moment, you take a grand total of 5 points of damage to the hull.
Oh man, we
As-
might have to recharge the hull.
As a wave of sonic energy emanates through the ground, except this time much more violently. The Shield Guardian
Oh wait, was that the Titan's turn?
still is.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Shield Guardian is going to sadly fail it. Come on. Thus takes that many.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was not too good. And is now deafened, which I don't think is going to be much of a problem. Time will tell. It's going to make a tentacle attack against you.
With disadvantage?
Yes. Why can I not find? There it is.
Oh yeah, we have protection from good and evil. I think that automatically affects it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you actually no. You have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Okay. Does lucky points count for the Usurper as a whole or no?
In regards to doing saving throws, yes.
Okay, so then we should have someone that has lucky do these rolls instead of me.
If you want to. Eric's and Cobalt, are you back yet?
I
Yeah.
am.
So go ahead and roll that saving throw.
Okay,
Please.
so like I said, if I'm fine doing these rolls for the Usurper if you want me to, but if any of you that have lucky want to do it, then that might
Would
be better.
Indomitable work too?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll save mine for last resort if we're out of lucky points.
Alright, you said we're making a saving throw, right?
Yes. A dexterity saving throw, please.
Did we already roll? Once? Okay. I'll roll once
Okay.
and then just...
Do you guys just want me to roll by default for the Usurper, and then you can chime in with lucky if you want?
Whoever rolls it has to use the lucky point if they have it. If you
Okay.
don't have lucky or any other applicable feats, then you cannot use it.
Okay, so then you guys should do it by default.
Oh, it's plus 10, right? To dexterity or something else? Or,
I thought it was -2 to dexterity.
It is +4.
okay.
You get a +6 to all saving throws. That will
Oh.
be more than enough.
Yep.
You will take half damage.
Missed that. And 8 proficiency.
Right. Now this one's much more devastating, as it rakes out one of its claws. You try to dodge out of the way, but it's basically like a wall coming straight at you. As it slams into you, you're knocked back a good maybe 100 or so feet, as your tremendous feet drag trenches into the landscape. As you finally come to a rest on the start of an incline towards a hilltop. It looks over at you, almost happy with itself, and roars. That was a total of 16 points of damage. Rock.
Yep.
I actually want to use a legendary action.
Alright.
Raku's gonna cast Giga Drill.
As a legendary action.
Yes.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I can cast any. I can do move, shoulders, arms, or crown. I think as a legendary.
Retaliate.
Yeah, retaliate.
Okay.
So let's -4. So
Are you within range to actually use Giga Drill?
I have no idea compared to this map what you said.
You would need to be within melee range to actually use it.
Okay, so I will use. Let's see here. I guess I'll use primordial beams. That should work.
Okay. Make sure to minus your...
Yeah, I do. I'm at 8 now. Alright, so roll for attack.
Is a dexterity saving throw. So DC is 24.
Okay.
As it passes on one, but fails on the second.
Alright, so that is going to be 4d12 plus 10, so let's put it here. So there's the first one,
Okay.
just to be sure, yeah. And then, oh, do you want me to roll it on the Titan?
Nope, I've been adding up the damage manually.
Okay. And there's the second one.
Okay.
Alright, now it is Rock's turn.
Okay.
And I think, I guess I'm gonna mentally say to the others that Iron Vanguards are pretty useful because we can only do legendary actions after another creature, not us. Because we all count as just one creature, right? The Usurper.
In regards to legendary actions, you can do them after another player's turn.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure, so that's why I waited till the the Titan. Yeah, because we have 3 legendary actions per round. Or per turn, actually.
Alright. But yes, you would count it as a creature in that specific circumstance. For that
Okay.
rule. Rock.
Yes. My original plan did not involve him sending us 100 feet backwards. However, this is Rock, and this is what he does. So, as the bonus action, I'm gonna do Mighty.
Okay.
We are 100 feet away from him, right?
Yes.
And we can do. Can we do a movement, and two things, or just a movement and a thing?
It states that you can do any 2 actions. There's no restrictions in regards to which actions you can take, which normally there are.
Okay, so I'm gonna do Black Harpoon
Okay.
and dealing 6d12 plus 10.
So go ahead and make a ranged attack. So plus 16 to hit.
So d20 plus 16. That's a crit for me, if that still works.
Yeah, that's fine. That will definitely hit. Where are you aiming for?
Right in center mass to get
Alright.
the nice, good handhold.
As you steel yourself, digging your almost claws on the feet into the ground, directly on top of the fist, a grappling hook, a large spear point, roughly the size of a small building, lances outwards, trailing a very thick cable. It
Alright.
impacts into the center of the Titan, and you can actually feel it extend graspers into its flesh as you start to pull.
Is there a way to do 6, or do I just have to do 5 and 1?
You mean 5d1?
It's 6. Yeah, I'll just back then. Let's see, that 1 I get a reroll because I'm mighty. Gonna roll that again.
Yep.
Is anything under 4? All right, and then I get to do on the last one. All right, there you go.
All right.
And then I'm going to do. Is it 3? Oh, I did not read that. Okay, never mind. I was gonna pull it forward, but forgot it did mighty as a bonus action, so never mind.
Mighty isn't a bonus action. That's just innate.
Oh, well then as bonus action, I'm gonna pull it 30 feet closer. Let's see. Target is impaled and restrained. Action to remove. Okay, if it removes, it takes damage. And then I'm gonna use the move action to do ascending kick. So we're gonna move 60 feet up on the ground to make a charge melee attack.
Right.
And that's 1. If I'm reading that right, deals 1d12 for each 10 feet. So maximum 60 feet. So 6d12. If it, which you said it's a plus 16 to hit.
Yes. And since each square is technically going to be 60 feet in regards to actual mechanics and spells and stuff like that, you would add 10 feet of damage on.
Okay, so it'd be 7d12.
Yes.
Again.
There we go. That's
There
a
you
lot of high digits.
She's gonna roar. Roar in victory.
As
Yes.
in one fluid movement, the Usurper pulls the Titan near to itself, then using the actual rope that it fired as a sort of a launching point, it pulls on it with a large amount of strength, jumping up in the air at the same time and basically drop kicking the Titan backwards as it instantly goes backwards on the distance it's been pulled forward and slams back into the mountainside. And a tremendous cloud of dust rises up from the impact as the actual ground shakes. Waves in the nearby pond crash against the shore. It's more of a lake, not a pond. As the Titan roars back at you. Much, much louder. Is that going to be your turn?
I don't think I can do anything else.
It is true.
Yeah, it's my turn. So.
It's going to lash out almost blindly at the shield guardian next to it. Almost as if the claw attacking it had a mind of its own. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna hit. As it reaches out almost nonchalantly and crushes the shield guardian beneath the weight of its claw. There's another explosion of magical fire and metal shrapnel as it's completely and utterly obliterated. Rakuu, it's your turn.
Alright, so the Titan is 10 feet away from us, you said? Or. No, is the map accurate right now?
Each square on this represents 10 feet in regards to spells, movement, and other various things. In reality, it's about 500 to 600 feet from you.
Alright, let's see. What was the one that I was looking at? My bad. What was I guess I'm talking to their crew members. What was the one that did more damage for the amount of feet that was moved?
Fell
Ascent.
laser.
Huh?
The fell laser thing.
You
Or
mean the
fell-
one? You mean the one I just did? The ascending kick. For every 10 feet, you get a 1d12.
No, for every 10 feet you move.
Yeah.
The fell cannon is the one that deals more damage the further away the target is. Range attack.
Let me find that.
It does 3d12 plus 10 necrotic damage, and then deals 1d12 psychic damage for every 10 shot traveled.
Alright, so could I use, where is the freaking movement? Could I use impulse thrusters to move 60 more feet back and still hit it with that, with 120 feet?
You can hit it with a maximum of 60 feet of additional damage.
Maximum of 60 feet. Okay, so technically I'm 40 feet away?
Technically, you are.
Mechanically.
Yes, you are 1, 2, 3. Yes, 40 feet away at the moment.
Alright, with 60...
But you wouldn't be able to actually do the impulse thrusters and then the kick.
yeah, I know. I wasn't planning on doing that.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm going to... Man, my pictures are so messed up. Wherever that was, I will use Fell Cannon.
Okay.
Which brings me to 5. Alright, and so, I roll for attack.
Ranged weapon
And-
attack.
And then I had another question. With them using their feet for other things, would I be able to use my evasion for dexterity-based saving throws, or no?
With you making the saving throws, yes.
Okay. Wow, this is complicated. Does my My uncanny dodge work too.
No. You're a bit big
Okay.
for that.
Yeah, I thought so. I didn't want to get too bold with that. Okay, so let's see. Adds a d12 for 10 feet shot, so that's 4. So 7 d12 plus 10. Oh wait, I need to make my attack roll first, huh?
Yes,
Haven't
plus
done
16.
that yet. Yep. Nope, not 165. 16. 28.
28. That hits.
Yep.
Full damage.
Alright, plus 10. Don't put that in chat, put that in the modifier. That was a good hit.
Wow. Are those? Are you rolling d20s?
Oh,
Those
I
are
don't know
d20s,
why-
my man.
I don't know why I did that. Okay, 12.
Yeah.
So
There
it
we
looks
go, that's-
like
That's more accurate. Oh, plus 10, so that's 56.
All right. Actually, you
And
can
you-
re-roll that 1 and 3.
Now you did the necrotic and the psychic, right?
No, I did not do those separately.
No, I'm saying you did both. I'm asking both.
Yeah, I added them, yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and roll that 1 and 3. Re-roll it.
Okay.
This is because of the mighty trait. You can re-roll any damage, absorb, or healing dice on a d12,
Mm-hmm.
as long as it is below 4.
Alright,
So
so
go ahead and roll that one more time. Thank you.
nice.
Very nice.
And I actually get Fury for this turn too, and then it ends after this.
Okay, so
believe so.
I'm looking at
Hold on.
the.
Did you activate Fury?
I activated Fury on my turn, but I didn't use it because I didn't think it started on my turn.
That's fair.
Okay. Alright, and then I will use Primordial Beams. Because I'm assuming you can't use the same attack twice in a row.
No.
Okay. Alright.
Actually, no. You would be able to, since Eric's did 2 Giga Drills.
Okay. But I need to watch my command keys, so I will still go with Primordial Beams.
Yeah, the Fury is. With Fury, we can do that, but it looks like by normal, we choose. We get one of the things from the move, and then we get one from the crown, shoulder, or arm.
You always get a move and something else. With this one, we get a move and 2 actions.
No. You would get
Just
of
2
any
actions.
you want.
Oh, I thought you could always do a move and something.
Normally you would get a move and a normal action, but now you can do any 2 actions. One of them could
Okay.
be a move, or 2
Oh.
moves.
Okay, that's fair, but I didn't use any move actions, so. Alright, so this is... And so I get to re-roll just the 1 or the 3 also?
1 and 3. There we go.
Alright.
A
That...
colossal explosion of energy radiates out from panels opened up on your shoulder pauldrons.
Oh wait, that was just 1, right? There's 2 of
That was
those.
both.
I just rolled the... Because there's a 4d12 plus 10... Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something else that was 2.
It is going to make both saving throws, so it's going to take half damage from these primordial beams.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that damage for the second one, please.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering. Oh, hold up. And I re-roll one of them.
All right. Again, as an explosion of energy radiates out from the shoulder pauldron on, as well as almost coming out of the directly in the center of the mech's chest, as a small kind of compartment opens up. And there's almost this sort of sizzling as large amounts of the Titan's flesh are burnt away in this sort of necrotic energy, as well as electricity just surging through its body. It kind of trembles and shakes, but it stays strong. There's an immense strength within it, it seems. You are damaging it quite a bit, though.
All right. Rakuu kind of brings a fist up and pumps it a bit.
It is going to... What's the range on that? Oh, it is. Could you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
I will do that. Choose +4. Not great.
Right, that is a fail.
All right.
Oh, that's the wrong dice. Oops.
Oh, I only take half damage if I fail because of evasion.
Okay.
Or we.
22, 15, that is 10 more points of bludgeoning damage, I believe. Yes. And you are pulled 30 feet closer. 30 map feet, that is. You are right next to it now. As one of
Perfect.
its tentacles lashes around your chest. You try to stay in place, but you can't help as an immense strength just pulls you inwards. You are now up to about your knees in the lake. As it almost crushes around you, but you manage to, just with pure strength, push it away and manage to get it uncoiled from your metal body. Sully, your turn.
Yes. Very well. Alright then. We've been pulled closer, so...
Sully,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Yes, I know. Okay. I have a question since the map sizes are different.
Sure.
Effigies of stone.
I was
That is
thinking of using that as well.
Okay. What's the question?
Well, it seems to have a distance discrepancy of 5 feet, but that doesn't really exist in this map any longer.
It's just a portion of the 10-foot square.
Yes. So if these were to appear below it,
Okay.
would
Treat
it only
as though
move
they're-
2 squares or 4?
Treat it as though they're 10 feet wide.
Very well. I'd like to try effigies of stone then.
It is a dexterity saving throw for him.
Yes.
Four of them, in fact.
Yep.
Good lord.
Does he save?
He is going to save on 2 of them.
Alright. 6d 12 plus 5.
Go ahead and roll that.
Again, guys, remember your legendary actions. I don't want to be taking them all.
Now, was that for each pillar or all together?
That's all together. And
Alright.
as it is one target.
Fair enough.
33 points. You can re-roll 3 of those dice.
Alright.
Very good. It is a bomb. Okay.
And since he saved, what does that mean? Half damage for this entire thing?
I've taken care of it.
Alright.
As colossal sections of the land beneath him shoot upward for a moment, you can tell they break some of the bones in his colossal body. He
Surprises.
roars out as he comes collapsing back down on the ground, as he was flung up about 30 to 50 feet. He slams back down to the ground, shaking the earth around you.
This is fun.
You still have a move action left, Sully.
I don't think I'll move.
Very well. He is going to lash out with the tentacle attack. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Me? Okay.
I will get on that. No, I'll make the dexterity saving throws.
Alright.
Since you are sort of mentally linked, it would make sense to kind of give over control to whoever might use it best. In
Fair
this
enough.
case, Rakuu has demonstrated that he's very, very good at dodging.
Just not good at rolling.
It's not good enough. As you would, that would be a fail. But
You
still
said a
take
saving
half
throw,
damage
right?
From,
Not a-
yes,
Check.
it's a saving throw.
Oh, was that
it's
not?
It's using the stats of the actual mech itself.
Oh, okay.
But he's going
I mean,
to take
it's-
half damage anyways because he's a madman like
Yeah.
that.
No matter what, it's either I pass or it's half damage.
Yeah.
Which I feel is a good bet to hedge.
All right. As you take another 28. No, that's not right. That is right. Yes, 28 points of bludgeoning damage as one of the claws basically comes crashing down directly on top of you. As you try to get out of the way, you're clipped on one side as an enormous amount of sparks just light up the visor. And you find that a good bit of the metal material on the front has now been almost scraped off. The claw slamming into the ground directly in front of you, flashing up a heavy curtain of water hundreds of feet in the air. Cobalt, actually, correction. Eric's, it is your turn.
I think someone's house is haunted. What were those noises?
I muted Digi until that gets sorted out.
I mean, it's done now.
I muted it. Anyways, Eric's, your turn.
Alright, are we in melee range?
Yes, very much.
In that case, Giga Drill.
Yep.
Because it is quite nice.
So, I believe I remember that is a attack.
There's the attack.
Alright, that hits, doing full damage.
Sweet. Okay, so it's 8d12 plus 10.
Go ahead and roll that.
Pretty good hit.
Pretty good. You can re-roll 2 die. 2 dice.
Well, then I
And
will
I'm going
absolutely
to stop
do so.
reminding you, because I have told enough people.
What ability is that, though?
That is the Mighty trait. It allows you to re-roll a d12 from an attack, a damage, absorption, or healing roll as long as it is below a 4. And it is going to be on you to remember that now.
Well, thank you.
Alright, that's that much damage.
Now, let's see. We've got...
As you leap forward, a spectral drill appearing just in front of your hand and giving you a very gory passage through the beast. You arrive on the other side. As the drill dissipates, you sort of float for a moment and slam into the mountainside feet first.
I like it. Okay, and now, let's see, what do we have from move, if anything? I don't have enough charges for anything else, so that will be my turn.
Okay?
Legendary action. Giga Drill.
Mark down the charges that you have, Eric's.
I have been.
Because it still says you have 6.
I'll
I know
get to it.
So, you want to do a legendary action, Rakuu?
I do.
Mark down those control charge points.
I did.
Alright. We'll just say that you did it at the same exact time. Basically, two drills again.
Okay, so just roll for damage.
Yes.
Alright. Oh,
You can
don't do
really-
that to me.
Actually, no. Do the roll for to attack, please.
Okay.
Basically, if you roll below a 20, you do half damage.
Okay.
You're good.
That is 8. Holy crap, 8?
Why do you think I've been using this?
And I re-roll 1 because I've been paying attention. And I re-roll that again.
There we go.
No,
All right.
you only get to re-roll it once.
Oh, do I?
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have
Yep.
re-rolled that one that I rolled.
Yep.
Oh, look at that.
Maybe
I
re-rolled
missed the
once below.
Good on you, Eric.
Oh, I missed the ones too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why I did it again, because Dova told me I could.
Good. Yeah. Good on you for catching that, Eric.
You get an inspiration die.
It's not that great of an achievement.
Oh well, still a decent hit.
Yeah. Awesome.
Alright, so we still have one more legendary action this turn, so one of you are gonna have to use it.
And that's the retaliate or nemesis thing.
Yeah. We get 3 per turn.
Yep.
And I have one charge left.
I'm down to 2, so I really can't do much.
I am the first to go, so I recharge immediately, so that's why I've been kind of being first to use these legendary actions. I'm not trying to shove anyone else out of the way. If you want to, you are free to do so.
We all
I'm just making
recharge
sure.
at the same time.
I know. It's just I get to do my turn immediately, then anything I have left over I have free to use for legendary actions. I don't have to wait.
It is
No,
going
Rock goes
to
after.
slash at you with another one of its tentacles. Go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh. Everything is making noise right now. Okay. Put that 4 there.
All right, that passes. You will take
All
half
right.
damage.
I will take no damage.
That is true. You can do that.
Sorry.
Didn't I say that evasion didn't really fully work?
Uncanny dodge didn't.
No, you didn't. You said uncanny dodge didn't work.
Ah, there we go. I forgot if evasion gave you half damage on a successful dexterity saving throw. Either way,
On a
Come on.
successful saving throw, I take no damage. On a failed, I take half.
awesome. Cobalt, your turn.
Yes. Okay. How far away is it right now?
It is right on top of you.
All right. I'm going to black harpoon overcharge for 5.
All right.
Wait, I'm just making sure there's no penalty charges, right?
It's an extra
overcharge-
key charge.
Yes.
No, I'm saying if I were to have 0 charges at the end of my turn, there's no like risk of something blowing up, right?
Probably not.
Okay. Well then, I'll expend 5 charges and increase the damage by 5d12.
Nice.
Range weapon attack, so plus 16. I'm pretty sure that hits.
Yeah, that hits.
And 6d12, so that's 11d12, right?
Yes.
Can't. I'll do 10 and then roll one more. 10. So 89.
All right.
And it's restrained.
Cobalt doing the serious damage there.
Yes, I expended 8 charges to do so.
So,
Anyone want to do last legendary action before we recharge?
I mean, someone should. We need to make use of it. I can't.
I can, because it causes a key to use or to do whatever.
Basically,
You get another action, essentially.
yeah.
All right, I'll use retaliate and just do a breaker fist.
Gonna give him a big old punch.
Go ahead and roll to attack.
What's that? Plus 10.
Plus 16 to attack.
Why is my keyboard not working?
That was. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, I don't know why that didn't do anything, but all right. So that's 4d12 plus 10.
Man, these legendary actions are great. I can see why Dova likes them.
Awesome.
They are.
Doing 40 damage. Very nice.
And those cost keys. So let me cost 1 key. Cool. Awesome. All right.
It is going to use one of its legendary actions. Uh-oh. What's
What's
oh,
what?
Oh goodness. Oh no.
What? What it roll?
It lashes out with one of its claws. Razor sharp and at least hard as steel, if not harder. As your punch lashes out, it quickly jabs at the arm that struck it, hitting it directly where it joins into the torso. It tears through the metal. You find that all the weaponry that was stored inside the shoulder doesn't seem to be working anymore.
It rolled 2 20s.
Rolled 120.
It has disadvantage.
What?
It has disadvantage.
It's not an aberration.
What is it then?
Something else.
It's a mountain of teeth and eyes.
It's. I don't want this creature to have disadvantage, so I'm making something else. That's what.
No. It's just not an aberration. Either way, the current time, your shoulder abilities are knocked out of commission. Unless you wish to spend, I believe it's... What is it?
To repair the hull.
Yes. Rune armor? Where is it? Which one is it? Oh, there it is. It's Immortal Protocol.
Oh wait, we failed a constitution check too.
Oh right, you do have to do that. I totally missed that. Let me roll damage first. That is 21, no, 25. So go ahead and roll that Constitution saving throw, whoever wants to do it.
I will.
I have no bonuses for Constitution, so
We're just using its bonuses, right?
yeah. Ouch.
You know what? I'm gonna use Indomitable.
Level
Better?
10 is 21.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's not.
It's slightly
Damn.
better.
It's at the current time, your shoulders are out of commission. A large amount of translucent red fluid flows from the open wound. Your arms, they seem to feel fine, however. The right one is... it grinds and sparks. You think it'll work just fine, though. as you all gain 4 control charges back. Thankfully, you are not grappled by that last attack. Does anyone wish to use a legendary action, perhaps?
I think we used all of them already.
You
Oh
would
no,
have
not
one.
now. Did we not use the last one?
You would have 3, actually.
Yeah, I used
it
one.
is.
I used 2. And did someone else use one?
I used one.
Yeah, Rock used one.
It recharged.
Yeah.
Would just take his turn.
Oh yeah, huh?
That's what he's saying.
You've got 1 open action before the Titan goes.
Someone else use it. I'm gonna use mine for healing.
You're gonna use yours for healing.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Do the thing
Okay.
that kicks him really far away.
Sully, are you there?
Yeah, I'll use an action.
Okay. Which action would you like to use? And I apologize, Sully, but I did mute you a little while back due to you broadcasting a lot of stuff through your microphone.
Yeah.
No,
so
he hasn't. Oh, okay,
I
you are
just
back.
Assumed I was still muted. Didn't bother saying anything.
Um,
Oh,
hold on, let me see how many keys I have. Hmm,
I have 10.
Okay. All right, I'll guess.
You should probably do it.
Okay. What
Yeah,
do we have in mind?
I would suggest Giga Drill. It's a good one.
or impulse thrusters, or no, not impulse. Bone shaker, so we can knock it prone.
Sounds fun.
Can this thing be prone?
I mean, you could certainly probably knock it over.
Who even knows what side is up, though?
The side that bleeds.
This thing is
All
ugly.
sides are bleeding right now.
So, we had Giga Drill in mind, and what?
Bone shaker.
Oh, shit.
Or Giga Drill. Those are good ones.
Hmm.
Yes.
Giga Drill is a fan favorite.
I mean, it's just current.
Action, yes, no?
Yes.
Which action?
Will it get up on it? Will we get to attack it while it's still prone? Or will it just
Probably,
get
yes.
up very quickly?
Well, it is its turn next, so take that into consideration.
Yeah, I thought so. It would just get up after I knocked it prone. Let's go Giga Drill.
Roll to attack. Plus 16.
Alright, and I add another dice for each control charge I expend.
Yes.
Let's go 4.
So 8 in total.
Let's see. Yes, 8 in total.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 12d12. Actually, first, let's get that attack roll, please.
Alright, plus 16 you said?
Yep. That will do half damage.
Can I use a lucky point?
Yeah.
Wait, I forgot
That will hit.
16.
That's
Yep.
a 30.
Yes.
Full damage.
Alright, 12d12 you said?
Yes. Plus 10.
Oh, come on. 10.
Remember, any dice that are under 3 or under 4, you can re-roll once.
Let's count them. One.
That would be one of them.
There's a lot of double-digit rolls.
Yes.
See, Dova, I did my homework. Beautiful.
How could this happen?
109 points. That's a new record at this point. Nice job.
You're welcome.
Commend you. I'll clap.
A single clap.
As for the third time, a hole is bored through it, and due to the
Whoosh.
you actually
There's
go a fair distance.
There's more holes than monster.
Also, you are broadcasting quite a bit of scratching and stuff.
Sorry,
Sully.
that's the dog.
I heavily advise a push to talk or a mute.
Yeah.
Caps lock is usually the best key for that. So, it is now its turn. Can you make a strength saving throw?
That's one of you guys.
Strength is my game. So what is its strength? A plus 10.
Remember, you get a +6 on saving throws.
Oh, it's
No.
a strength saving throw, not plus 10.
Okay.
Oh, wait, it is plus 10 still, right?
+10 +6.
Okay, so it's 27.
All right. So, you feel yourself start to get drawn backwards by the Titan. There's a distinct pull, but you dig your hands into the ground as well as those sort of retractable claws in the feet, and you stay very firmly put. It gets very angry at this and charges at you. Covering the distance and leaving a trail of reddish ichor, as well as bits and pieces of flesh and bone that are just sloughing off its body at the moment. There's a numerous amount of large holes in it from the drilling, as well as the various magical bombardments, and it looks fairly well hurt. There's a magical energy within it that powers it to do things beyond the flesh, beyond its own limits. Oh, good lord. Could you give me a dexterity saving throw?
I was prepared for this. Motherfucker. Alright, half damage.
You are now grappled. And you take 18... like 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Yes. However, you're grappled, and bad things happen, as it's going to bite you. And get a fucking crit. So it's going to be a Constitution saving throw after 6, 7, 8. That's another 45.
If it's 45 damage, there's no way we can really make a save.
Yeah. to... As it basically wraps one of its tooth-covered tentacles, and pulls you inwards and just lunges forward. As you're still sort of standing up, you're kind of not prepared for it as it bites down directly on your neck. There's a heavy crunching sound above you all as the equipment housed within is severed. The head itself remains, but it's stiffly held in place by whatever actuators moved it before. You can't really move it yourself anymore, and the equipment within is not available at the moment. As you are currently on 196 out of 300 HP.
Hmm.
Well then.
Additionally, everything in the head is now lost to you. You cannot use any head abilities until you restore it.
What's that? The crown. All right.
As it sort of withdraws to almost gloat. You push it away and adapt a fighting stance as best as you can. Your vision is somewhat hazy, but you're still able to easily fight through it. It's kind of hard to miss him, so it's very obvious exactly where he is. Rock. Your turn.
All right. Well, where are we at? Okay, so we're right up to it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Annihilation.
How many is that?
It's a heart ability, recharges after 1 day.
That's the black hole.
Mm-hmm. So, what's that? Plus 10, plus 16 to hit.
Give me.
Rock plays for keeps.
I'm fully aware.
I mean, we're grappled right now, so I think it'll be fully enveloped.
It's a mountain. It's hard to miss.
Yeah, it would definitely hit.
Okay. So I just roll damage?
Yeah.
Alright, what did I say? 12d12 force. So
Plus 10.
plus 10. Okay, so I'll do plus 10 at the end. Let's
Can re-roll 2 of those.
what's that? Right, and then I get to do 2 more. All that.
Goodness.
Alright, so it's obliterated.
You're also grappled to it.
Go big or go home.
Give me a moment as I read fully into this.
I also still have my attack too, so.
I mean, mutually
Fully aware.
assured annihilation.
It does specifically say that it does the damage to any creature or non-artifact object. And this is considered an artifact.
It is. But the black hole also does not envelop it. As on the map, you can see that it is a 15 by 15 foot square.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that it is not fully enveloped. However, as you basically, with one free hand, you pull open with a horrible rending sound a portion of the chest plate, exposing whatever ungodly magics that the heart contains to be exposed for a brief moment. There's a brief moment of silence. There's a point of blackness somewhere within the beast itself, envelops a large portion of its interior. As your claws dig into the ground to avoid being pulled in, it seems that this entire hillside is being sucked away. A large amount of water spiraling up from the lake into the black hole. Your eyes seem to darken. Not necessarily from the black hole itself, but perhaps maybe from the mech itself protecting your eyes from seeing whatever lies within. As the force subsides and as the wind dies down, the grip of the tentacle around your midsection falters. And as your vision returns, you are greeted by the sight of mostly empty space, with about maybe 1/3 of the Titan still remaining. Rock, it is still your turn.
Yes, it is. I get 2 abilities.
You get a movement and an arm, since the shoulder and crown are out of commission.
Okay. Can I use the arm twice or just 1 and 1?
1 and 1.
This thing is not considered an object, is it? Or a structure?
No.
Nah.
Not yet. It is still technically very barely alive.
Okay, I'm gonna do a... How many keys do I have? I'm gonna do... 5 on it. Plus 16. That's a crit.
What attack is this?
Gravity wave.
Holy fuck.
So I'm just gonna add, you mean just add the force damage together? The force and thunder.
Yeah, add it all up. It shouldn't really make a difference.
6d12 plus 20.
I don't think it's gonna make the save in this state.
Okay, so we'll just add the 20 to that, and then the normal. I get to reroll that 1, which is a 10. Okay, so I attack that, and I get 1 more. And let's see, minus 2. How many times can I overcharge it?
As
However
many charges you have.
Okay, so I'm gonna do gravity wave, and I'm gonna overcharge it twice, taking 4 keys. So that's gonna take all my keys.
How are you doing gravity wave twice?
Can
Gravity
you do it
wave
twice?
once.
Oh, gravity wave once.
We don't have
Then
Fury anymore, so we can only do an
Oh.
action and a move action.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna just breaker fist with still the overcharge.
Okay. So how many keys would that be?
Oh, that will be. I'm still well. It doesn't take 2, so I had 4. So that's gonna cost 3 keys. Charging it.
The breaker fist requires 1 key.
Yeah, but I'm overcharging it with my remaining key.
Okay.
So I get an extra 3, so 7d12.
Alright.
So roll the hit. So that hits. That's 2. And add 10 to that.
How do you want to do it, Rock?
How does Rock want to do it? After firing the annihilation cannon, essentially, and the gravity wave, he's just gonna beat the Rock fashion,
Alright.
like the Hulk. Just Rock smash.
You guys ever seen Evangelion?
Yes, I have.
I'm envisioning that scene.
I was
Well,
too. I know what
but-
scene you're talking about.
But when you said that, I thought of Gallagher.
You all are almost overtaken by a feeling of just pure animalistic rage. So you're forced to almost take a back seat as Rock strolls over to the twitching remnants of the Titan as they start to stand up for one more attack to resist again. As Rock uses all of his energy to smite it back into the ground with his fist, not once, twice, but maybe 10 times. You lost count. And as the mech creaks upwards, sparks flying out of your arm, your head, dripping a large amount of translucent red fluid. The Titan before you lays in a puddle of flesh, bone, and sinew. You have indeed killed the Titan. Congratulations.
Rock roars.
So it seems.
And as a reference, these rounds don't take 6 seconds, as there's legendary actions and plenty of other fun stuff. This battle would have taken around 5 minutes. 5 very, very intense minutes.
Careful, guys. Any second now, it's gonna pull a freeze and kill one of us, but then the fight will continue. Wow, I'm glad that's over. For a second there, I thought that.
Giga drill the remains.
Rock's cracking his neck ready for round 2.
As the very broken neck of the mech is kind of tilts over, groaning. Still very much broken.
How'd you say we fixed it again?
Using Immortal Protocol, so I believe that's 5 charges.
It is. I can do that. Do you guys want to repair the shoulders or the crown?
Let's do the crown.
Alright, I'll use my charges to repair the crown, and that brings me at 0, and I'm assuming that makes Rakuu very tired and just leaving his energy.
Pretty much.
And no, Ayastal has not said anything. She's useless as usual.
She's been completely silent. There's no real interjections in regards to tactics, attacks, various stuff like that.
She
But
had us join
kind
her
of-
crew because she had no idea what she was doing.
And sort of bringing your mind to the inside, you can see that she's still alive, but she's sort of staring off into blank space. That metal spike still embedded thoroughly in the top of her skull.
Is our mind still connected to hers?
Yeah, you can sort of feel her presence, but she hasn't outwardly acted towards you.
Can I do like a stealth or deception roll to try finding any weakness in her mind that she feels about her?
You can certainly try. Could you do so with deception, since you've never really
Okay.
done anything like this before?
Yeah.
Kinda
Because because my mind is connected to her, so I don't want her to know that that's what my mind is thinking.
By the way, guys, I gave you all permission to communicate with me telepathically.
With disadvantage.
Oh, you want me with disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I already said something like that.
You might have, but it might have cut out. Do you just want me to roll a second one, or do it all over with disadvantage?
Just roll a second one.
Okay.
All right. You're not really sure exactly what you're looking for in this, but so what exactly were you looking for? You're just looking for any sort of weakness, like maybe to get inside her head, maybe?
I'm pretty sure that at the end of this, we're gonna fight her. That's what Raku's thinking. And that's not meta, because Raku's actually shown that through his actions. Like, when I decided to take Donkey back to the town, I didn't feel like being around her, I was just thinking. And I never showed any respect to her authority.
Okay.
So, yeah. I'm looking for what would be helpful in a fight against her.
She's definitely weak when it comes to the magical arts. That seems to be her
Alright.
main weakness. But as you start digging around some more, you find some memories. You see visions of conquest sometime in the past, of just continued ransacking. And eventually that does give way to the sensation of flight. The smell of salt water disappearing and giving way to a very faint breeze. But there is a point where that sort of sensation of continuous conquest fades away, and you feel like a sudden revelation. Where suddenly whatever she was seeking out, whatever she was trying to complete, became an obsession. You can't really tell exactly how long ago that was, but it wasn't in the long term at all. It was maybe a few months ago. And then as you start to almost like pull out of her mind, you feel an intense sensation of dread, of existential terror. And that's it.
Out of all of that, did I get any sensation of ill will against our party?
Not really. You couldn't really sift through it to get anything like that, no.
Okay.
If nobody's doing anything, Rock's gonna use the mech to walk over and start yanking.
Yanking teeth out? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so which part of the hole did we fix?
Nothing yet.
No, I spent my points on spending the hole, and I asked them which one they wanted fixed.
The crown. We did the crown.
Okay, it was crown.
Crown
I remember
is
that's when I
not
said
repaired.
Rakuu was really tired from using all of his points.
As you can feel a surge of some sort of liquid through the mechanical body. With the various points of vision that you have, you can see that a dark gray sludge has emerged from a few of the severed veins and has started to reshape the metal. Now, eventually, it does regain functionality, and it continues to mend itself, restoring it to its previous state, though very heavily damaged and scraped. Yeah, but it works now.
I think to myself, I wonder if that's a sludge that'll kill the knight. Fat McGillicuddy.
You can't just call him that, dude.
I don't know,
Sure
I
can.
think
He doesn't have a name.
I think we should just go over to him.
I'll call him whatever I want.
You know, if nothing else, we could just put a black hole on him and, you know, just crush him with that.
That is true, but do you think we're gonna keep this mech?
Well, no, but why are we even thinking about killing it with him, with the mech, if we aren't?
With the
Subtle.
yeah,
What's
with
subtle?
extremely large metal hands, you start to rip apart at whatever jawbones that there still might be on the ground. And you manage to get a handful of teeth, I mean, for your size, that haven't been broken off or anything yet, that are, looks to be about the size of a house. Each one is about 6 feet long and a few feet thick. By your estimations from up here, at least.
And how many did I get?
Say 25. But you realize that you don't really have any place to put him right now,
I'll figure out a place.
as you carry him around in your arms.
Yep. Put him in my room. Said they're the size of a house.
Pretty much.
I like a challenge.
So, what are you all doing?
Raku's kind of resting, being drained.
Okay. It is true, all of you are feeling just the mental and physical strain of piloting this thing. You all are starting to catch your breath back.
So we've not heard from Ayastal. We've got no idea what we are supposed to be doing from here.
Not at the current time, no.
And we're no longer connected to the, whatever you call the thing.
Usurper?
The Usurper.
You still are.
I say we just destroy the remains.
Yeah,
I got what I
destroying-
needed.
Would it be wrong if I took a bite?
You don't have a mouth.
True enough. True enough.
Can I roll a
Let's just see
perception
what-
check?
You're looking for?
Seeing if this has brought any attention to
Sure.
us.
Go ahead and roll perception.
While he's doing that, I want to Tyrant's Gaze to do.
You want to do what?
I want to use the Tyrant's Gaze on the goo, on the corpse or whatever.
As the head starts to come online, you spend some energy to basically incinerate the corpse, just continuously emitting a ray of pure energy towards the remains. After a few minutes, a lot of it is either scorched, completely carbonized, or completely vaporized.
Did any of it caramelize?
No.
The test was successful.
I just don't want to turn my back on this thing.
With the amount of it left, you don't know if it could even cause trouble.
Stranger Things.
I haven't watched that.
Yeah.
No, I just
Neither
was
have I.
saying,
Oh.
not the show. No, if this was Stranger Things, it'd be a mind flayer.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's actually what they call it.
Really?
Yeah,
Season 2.
Yeah, and they get what the Demogorgon wrong.
they got the Demogorgon, and then season 2, it's the mind flayer.
Huh.
And that's not even a spoiler. That's like an episode title.
Mm-hmm. So I don't see anything.
You would see the airship. It seems to be a mile or so to the south, steadily moving away from your current position, although it seems to be swinging kind of around the mountains themselves. Perhaps going towards the west.
I say we
I
follow
wanna
it.
It's a good distance above the ground.
I want to do a perception check as well, because I'm worried about it.
What are you looking for?
Any signs of regeneration, magic?
Does not seem that it's regenerating whatsoever. In fact, it seems to be actively falling apart.
I still want to
It's
see.
basically sizzling into a puddle. And,
Raku's very tired, so I thought it was fair to give him disadvantage.
that is very fair. You would notice that it is not reforming whatsoever.
Alright, he is relieved slightly, still kind of something in the pit of his stomach, unsure. So yeah, I want to, I guess, try looking in Ayastal's mind again to see what she planned on doing afterward.
Alright. As you start to do so, you find that the legs start to almost move a bit slower. As you kind of try to keep pushing on towards the airship. As far as all of you try, but you're really unable to succeed. So the legs stop. And they turn towards the west. Let me share this map. As they now face to the west.
That's where it
starts
came out of the
climbing
mountain,
up
right?
Towards, yes, it starts climbing up the mountain.
Alright, guess
Taking
it
one
wants to
step
go home.
off the other. As you all hear Ayastal's voice. We need to finish this. That was one of many.
I assume so.
She speaks once more. Even with you all here, I don't really know how to articulate the seriousness of our situation. And you can, as you kind of, as if you would sort of direct your gaze towards the cockpit itself, you'd see that her mouth is very faintly moving along with her statements through your mind. She says, even if I would show you, I don't believe I'd be able to change your mind. It might be too big of a, too grand of a situation for you all to agree to help. If you wish to leave, then so be it. I'll finish this on my own.
Well, we're all in the
Not
giant robot,
happening.
and we just destroyed the monster, so I just would like it if you would stop discounting us, because we're here with you. We're fighting this.
There's a long stretch of silence. As you
I
can
have
tell,
something I'd like to add.
you can tell she's thinking about something. What is that?
I said I had something I wanted to add as well
Go
to
ahead.
Raku's statement.
Also, how does your volume like fluctuate so much? Wow.
Yeah, you
Yes,
just
yes, it does.
became really loud again.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, continue.
During the course of our adventures since the hot spring moment, my opinion of you has changed significantly. You said you wanted stories told, right? I
did,
suppose
yeah.
I could say a few, on the condition that you're still around afterwards to listen to them.
It's a very
So
long.
I'm not
stretch
going
of
to let
silence.
you do this alone.
There is a very long stretch of silence afterwards. You can all tell that she's hiding something from you.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Hmm.
She seems
She has
rather
feelings.
strong in her own convictions, and you aren't really able to pry past that, Rock.
I'm not going to let you fall back on all that boasting.
It seems like she's about to say something, but she stops herself. And then she finally says, I suppose I would enjoy basking in that glory.
Good, because there's no point dying for anything if you're not around to reap anything of it.
And even if what you die for is a worthy cause.
I'd still want to find an alternative.
Well, let's hope that we do then. As you crest the mountain, you finally see what's on the other side. A tremendous rift in the land. And have you guys been repairing?
I did.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys
I
have been
have
slowly recovering magic and basically pumping that same gray stuff throughout basically wherever you can.
okay.
Yeah. Whenever I got a key, I would have probably repaired the other part of the hole.
Yeah, the shoulders, and then start with the health.
Yeah, the neck.
Over the course of about 30 minutes as you're climbing up this mountain range, you eventually do get that all solved out. And you are at full health now. Everything is working. As in front of you is a rift in the land, stretching downwards into the abyss. This is something that you would have flown over and you would have seen on the way in, but unfortunately for the low cloud cover, you didn't. But now the clouds have lifted higher up, and they're dark and threatening to downpour now. Inside the chasm, you can see the walls stretching downwards. They're almost smooth. Every so often there's a small hole, perhaps leading to a cavern or an aquifer or something. But it seems that it goes down forever. As Ayastal says to you all. The heart of the world lies within the center. Thus, we must go down to get it. Does anyone have any particular fears about falling?
Nah,
If
Kobold's got
so-
another fault. We're fine.
If so, ignore it.
You guys feeling strong
Yes.
impulse to jump.
as the legs surge forward, slowly gaining speed.
Sully just remembers the time he jumped off the cliff after Rock. And they shrugged at each other. Good
It's Rock.
times.
It's Raku's turn. So for Mysteria, he just goes, and I'm free falling.
I didn't know you were a bard.
Oh, I've killed lots of people in the past. I pick up on things.
Good man. Good man.
As you start to pick up speed down the hill, it feel like you can hear the wind just howling around the shell of the mech. And as you reach maybe half a mile, something starts to climb out.
Oh. Let's land on it. Let's land on it.
Yeah, we got a meteor drop going here. We're at terminal velocity.
As you continue down the slope of the mountainside towards the edge of the chasm, you can see that another Titan pulls itself out. This one differently shaped. It's much slimmer than the last. It seems to be more agile, perhaps.
And the Usurper in full free fall just penetrates straight through the thing and kills it in one shot.
It's going to do something similar to that, as with a running leap, it is going to tackle it.
Back down the hole.
As you're shaken in the cockpit, this unstoppable force collides with something about the size of the mountain itself. You can hear it screech as your claw-like fingers dig into it, pulling it with you. Below you, the abyss stretches on into infinity. You can't see the bottom as the strength of the wind increases. You are now falling an unknown distance into the land's mouth,
And I'm free,
while grappling another Titan. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Again.
Free falling.
Okay.
Free
Oh,
falling, now I'm free
Son of a
falling. Now
bitch.
I'm free falling, now I'm
Did-
free falling. Now
Hey,
Did Fantasy Grounds crash for me?
Scissor's still in
I
here.
think so, yeah.
I can't click on anything. Or interact
That
with
is
anything.
unfortunate. It may have stopped responding.
Sometimes, yeah, just stop clicking and let it recover.
Okay, Dova, can you roll initiative for me?
And I'm free.
I'm gonna take that feat to get a plus
Could
5.
you
to
stop,
initiative.
please?
Okay.
All right.
But we
So
are
you
gonna
all are at max charges for your control keys,
All right.
which is 10, of course. And first up will be Cobalt. But since I have to go to the bathroom and get a new drink, and since Sully's client is not responding, I think now would be a good time for a short break.
Sounds good. We will be back, everybody, very soon. Thank you all so much for joining us. And remember that if you're enjoying the content, to follow and subscribe. We will be back in just a few minutes with more Dungeons and Dragons.
Hello, Commander. In response to your request, we have sent backup. Good luck, Commander. We are forever in your debt.
Well, hello everyone. We are back now. Thank you very much to Roy for that subscription here on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Thank you, guys. And yeah, we are back from break now. More giant magical mech stuff.
All right. The current
I also
time,
like our numbers
you
were.
are
Yeah.
grappled with this titan and plummeting down the land's mouth. A tremendous chasm opened up in some long ago time. And as the air rushes past you, the titan starts to reorient itself. Cobalt, it is your turn. You are currently on top of it. It is closer to the bottom than you are, although you are slowly rotating, so at some point in the near future you would be on the bottom and then, back on top and such.
Alright, so would I know if Featherfall would work on this creature? On us, or if it's just immune to fall damage in general?
At the right time, probably yes. You don't know how well the spell would do for, this long of a distance for this much weight.
Okay, well, I can cast it as a reaction. So, I'll be... I guess I'll just be getting my spells.
Alright.
So... We should definitely end this with Bone Shaker. Just so you know.
Totally.
Because the stomp. What about a harpoon? Let's just harpoon it.
Want to harpoon it? Okay. Roll 2 attack, please. No disadvantage since it's right next to you. Plus 16.
Plus, I got that
Alright.
number.
That hits full damage.
Was that a hit?
Yeah.
Sorry, I accidentally muted my computer at the same time you say it.
Well. Alright, go ahead and roll that damage, please.
60. And then this will be one more plus. There we go. 56 damage.
As from your wrist, another grappling hook shoots out, impaling the beast directly in its center mass. You feel it gain a proper hold as you now have another titan impaled and under your very loose control. So, you would have a movement action left, though there's not many that would actually work at the current time. As well as that bonus action to perhaps pull it closer to you, although it's not very far away. You basically just shoved your fist against it and shot at point blank.
All right, and okay, I can still do legendary action, right?
Not on your turn.
Oh well.
You can't do it when you're either next or before in the initiative order. So you can
Okay.
do it after the usurper goes,
No, that's fine.
but not directly after your turn.
And then I'll just end my turn, and I'll keep my charges the same.
Yeah. There's really nothing that they're gonna do there. The usurper, that is. Rakuu.
But Cobalt, you get any charges? You get +4 charges again. Remember?
You only used 3, so
Yeah, so he's back at 10. All right, I'm gonna start off by using the hard ability Fury.
okay.
And let's see. Is there anything I can actually do here? For move, I don't think so. How far away are we from it?
You're currently adjacent to it. It's
Okay.
It's pinned and basically grappled by the harpoon, so it really can't move away from you.
All right. Well, then I will do primordial beam with 2 overcharges.
Also, in regards to the black harpoon, you can let out some slack.
Okay.
It's not a one-way thing, in case you were wondering.
Let me see. How much slack can I pull out?
60-ish feet.
60-ish
Actually, I mean-
feet.
What's the range on?
9,300.
Yeah, 300 feet.
I can let it out 300 feet.
You could let it out, but he'd go nowhere since there's no force propelling him away.
Can I guess it wouldn't be a move action. Can I just kick him downward?
You absolutely can.
All right. I want to kick him down. No further than 120 feet.
Okay. As
And
you-
in that case, I'll actually use Fell Cannon then.
As you push him downward, you basically just jump off of his mass,
Yeah,
letting
that's what I was
the-
assuming.
letting it spool out, and so you're still following him down. Fortunately, you are drafting to this, and you will fall faster than he is, so you will catch up eventually.
Well, I mean,
Um,
yeah, terminal velocity, but
Yeah.
I guess actually no. Rakuu is gonna be like, we're just gonna keep going faster and faster.
Mm-hmm.
What's terminal velocity?
So yeah, go ahead and Fell Cannon. I'd say you'd manage to get him out maybe 30 or so feet before.
Hold on. Don't we have a kick that makes them fly backwards?
Just
Kind of thought so. I mean,
What's-
That would
there's a
be-
sending kick, but that doesn't really work because we didn't move.
You would need
Impulse.
to move along the ground for that.
Um,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just looking to see what abilities still work. Effigies of Stone
Oh.
seems impossible. Effigies of
Yeah, neither would Giga Drill. Impulse wouldn't work, would it?
Pulse
No,
thrusters?
because. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it would work.
All right, let's use impulse thrusters.
Okay. As you basically just thrust downwards, letting him fall at its normal pace while you nearly stop for a split second. As he would go to, yeah, about 120 feet before you basically yank on the line again and bring you back to his speed.
All right, so let's use fail cannon with
As a legendary action.
no, it's my turn.
Oh, never mind. Use the.
Yeah,
Okay, I got it.
let's use fail cannon with 2 overcharges.
So that is 5d12
Plus another
lot.
another
13.
12d12.
Yeah.
Ross.
So that is
Now keep in-
17d12.
Now keep in mind,
Go ahead and roll to attack, please.
Yeah.
mind the overcharge increases the total damage dealt, not each instance of 12 of rolling d12.
Yeah, I was only adding it to the initial one, not the psychic damage. All right. That is
Hit. So it is going to be half
plus.
damage.
I need lucky.
I could give it. I don't think that works, but I could.
It does. We share feats.
Ah, well then, have one of mine. I've got 2 left.
All right.
So yeah, go ahead.
Roll it.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll roll it. I don't. He doesn't have to.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know why I was waiting on him. That's not really a thing. 20.
You full damage.
All right. So with the 2 overcharges, I'll do the necrotic and the psychic separately, so we can just get this freaking set up.
I wonder if I could cast Bardic Inspiration.
So that is 10 plus 5d12. Reroll 1. Hey. All right, and so that's that's 12d12 for the next one, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, there's a...
Could I give Bardic Inspiration?
I would say no.
Yeah, I didn't
Since it's
think
more
so,
of a
but...
class feature. And it would require you to actually play your instrument of choice in some way. In this instance, no, it would not work.
I didn't think so, but it just came to mind and I wanted to be sure. Because that could be really helpful, actually.
Good.
I need a freaking calculator to figure this out.
Don't worry, we have a DM for that.
No, I want to see it.
Oh, okay. I can... The total or just that one?
I'll just round it out.
What do you
I've
mean?
been doing this all the time anyways. I think we're dealing with such large numbers here that it's okay to estimate.
That is 141 damage.
Alright.
I mean, you're free to do the math if you want to.
As you fire those thrusters downwards, the Titan plummets and eventually comes to the end of the line that you've laid out. And you feel a tug as the line now snaps taut. You channel the unknown and wild energies within the heart into the cable itself. And you can see it vibrate for a moment before erupting in electrical and just pure energetic energies. As below, the Titan convulses, bits of it being fried off and just dissolving as it actually reaches up and starts to pull on the line itself,
Alright,
either dragging you upwards or dragging you downwards or it upwards.
quickly summon legendary action, exact same thing.
Jesus Christ. You cannot do that. You can do it after someone else's turn. You can't do it on an adjacent turn.
Oh, I asked you that earlier. You said each of us were a creature.
Well, then I will use my legendary action for
No,
it.
that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Someone else do it, not me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you would not be able to do it either, Eric's, as his turn is adjacent to yours. You could have done
Would I
it
be able
before
to do
his
it?
turn. You could do it, Sully.
Good.
So, is that your turn, Rakuu? Actually, I believe that is your turn. Eric's.
Okay. Oh, what do I want to do? There's so many awesome abilities.
Weren't you going, Sully?
Yeah, to use that legendary action to do what you were talking about.
All right, roll. Roll to attack, please. Ranged
All right.
attack, plus 16.
Okay. 16.
Yeah, that hits.
Man, if that was Rock
Go
Rock, that
ahead
would
and
crit.
roll. That's
Are you using any overcharge keys?
How much does this cost again?
3.
Yeah, I'll use one.
it's costing 4, so
Alright, so initially it's 4d12 plus 10, and then another 12d12.
roll 16d12 plus 10.
Oh, damn.
16d12 plus what?
10.
10? Okay. Gosh, this is so many dice.
Magnificent. And you
And
have
I re-roll 3?
4.
4. Yeah, there they are.
Mm-hmm.
I'll break out my handy dandy calculator here.
Probably a good idea while Eric's figures out exactly what they're gonna do.
Are we in melee range?
No, it's
You are
120 feet away from us.
Feet away.
Okay.
And I can only attack once, right?
Yeah, for the legendary action.
Oh, right, because it's not exactly my turn.
It's
That is 123 damage.
All right.
Boom.
As
I'll mark
again, you
those
let
keys off.
those chaotic energies flow through the cable into the Titan below. It roars, absolutely furious.
Are we on the ground yet?
Oh no,
You are not on the ground yet. Eric's.
we're still falling.
Ready?
Yep.
Fell cannon.
Of course. What else would you use? We're actually in a perfect position
Roll,
for
roll
it.
to attack.
Use it twice. Use it
I can't.
Didn't someone use Fury?
Did somebody?
Yeah.
Oh, well then yes, I will use it twice.
My mic is freaking out. Yeah, I used Fury.
Roll to attack one more time. One does half damage, one does full.
Don't use any charges.
Yeah, that's 6
Not yet.
charges, so... Alright, so... You know what? I'm gonna move this to this monitor. Probably should have done that a long while ago, but... Except my monitor, or my microphone arm is right in the way of where all I need to read is. Okay, here we go.
So 3d12 plus 10. And
Plus
then
12.
Plus 12 d12.
So there's the first one.
no, that's half of the first one. Now you have to roll the 12d12, and that's the first attack.
Okay, so... I guess we're doing it that way.
Yeah, because each attack has both parts of that. And then
Now,
reroll
I
anything that's under
can-
4.
There's 2 in the first one.
Reroll 4 of them.
6 of them,
All right.
including the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright, let's see.
And then half of all that.
8 plus 9 plus
DM's doing his homework today.
plus 4 plus 7 plus 8. First one is 97 damage.
Okay.
So 49 damage.
And there's the reroll for that.
Okay.
And then another 12, right? Right.
Yep. Wait, what's the 7 for?
That was the reroll of the 3 on the first.
Wasn't the 3 already a reroll?
No.
Oh, I'm losing my mind here. Oh, yeah, okay.
There we go. I am satisfied with these results.
Oh boy.
Oh.
You did this to us. Or to yourself, rather.
Right.
Okay, I think I'm done.
What damage?
Alright, the second one is 122 damage.
Okay.
And that is all.
The Titan, angry beyond belief, is going to do a few things.
A few
Dova's-
things.
One,
Dova is channeling himself through the Titan.
he is going to extend 4 tentacles into the walls around him, reaching at least 60 feet each. As they grab into the rock walls, splinters and rock dust is thrown into the air. Now slowing down a considerable amount, you rapidly approach.
We collide at terminal velocity and tear through him.
It's not quite terminal velocity, but it is quite fast. You're going to take a very minor amount of damage.
And the Titan dies.
No, you're going to take 3 points, and it's not going to be mitigated by the armor.
Cunning
The Titan
action. I
itself-
saw the ground coming.
Of course.
It is going to take 22 points.
Of course he is. What does he think he's doing? You're stopping a robot. No, you're actually just getting in the way of a falling robot.
However, you are
hell?
now right next to it. It is going to grab at you with 2 of its tentacles.
Man, I wanted to ask, but I already used the legendary action. While falling, if it just did that, could we use the Giga Drill Breaker?
It would have happened too fast.
Damn.
But you're right up next to it now. That is certainly an option. Uh-oh. The first, the tentacles themselves, they miss. However, as it doesn't really need to draw you any closer to you itself, a
Yeah, I can
jaw
imagine I'm rubbing against
forms
it.
within its torso and envelops your arm. Or, I'm sorry, well, let's figure out exactly what it goes around. Could you give me a Constitution saving throw? As it is going to do...
Rakuu, do you got that one?
Nope, I have Dex.
Rock, please.
The DC is 30.
Can I roll a stealth check? Never
Ah.
mind. Rock can do it.
Why do you think I asked him? Why do you think I asked Rock?
Fucking beautiful.
Never in a million years.
Like,
Wow.
Rock. Sensing that something bad is about to happen. You, in a flash, take the cable that was holding you two together. You took some of the slack and actually almost wrapped it into its muzzle. Basically
fucking-
holding it as an arm bar to keep the muzzle from actually getting to you. However, your
Rock's
hands
dental.
and your fingers were damaged quite a bit by it.
Now,
What
can
would
you-
that have hurt? That would have exposed the cockpit.
Rock's dental senses were tingling.
They really were. And that is its turn.
Oh, that's awesome.
As now that you're next to each other, you're slowly rotating, and at the current moment, you are on the bottom, as that is.
Now, I'll take credit for that because I summoned the Rock. My bardic intuition.
You asked me and I quickly denied it.
Technically, that would have been a plus 16.
Oh?
But let's ignore that because that was a clutch roll.
That was pretty fucking great.
Magnificent. Now. Gosh. I guess I'll... I mean, the Giga Drill Breaker, or the Giga Drill. I mean,
Alright.
we are just next to it.
That you are. However, the cable in front of you is now almost tangled up.
No.
If you were to do something like that, there's a possibility that you'd either break the rope or create just a mess of very, very strong cable. Neither of which you really want to be caught up in.
No. Alright, what else? Not fell cannon.
Bell cannon?
I said not fell cannon because we're at point blank. Let's see.
You could spend one of those actions to wrestle yourself back on top.
I mean, the thing is restrained because it has the harpoon in it.
That
Te-
probably a good
Technically,
idea.
it is. Though it's really not restrained to anything other than. Actually, it really isn't restrained to anything at the current moment, as there's nothing pulling on the harpoon itself.
Hmm. I'm
If
just
it-
reading the
it's-
thing.
Yeah, yeah. If it was impaled to something else, then yes, it would be restrained.
Could you use like a bonus action to disengage or disconnect the cable?
I'd say that would be a bonus action, yes.
What would happen if I used Breaker Fist?
It'd probably put some distance between you,
Yes.
but it might push
But-
him upwards and you a bit more downwards.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, is prone possible right now?
I
That
mean,
is-
you have Fury. You could bonus action disengage the cable, breaker fist him, and then fell cannon.
Sounds good. Tova, if you please.
So, go ahead and roll to attack.
Alright, unarmed melee attack.
Did you disengage?
I believe unless Tova has objections to that, I assume that just happens.
As the bonus action, you can't really disengage as you're not a rogue.
No,
In
disengage
addition-
the
Oh,
cable
disengage?
to the
Okay.
harpoon.
You could totally do it as the bonus action. As you basically just release the clamp that's holding the rope inside.
Now, is it hempen rope? Is it silk rope?
It's good stuff. Don't worry about it, okay?
Somehow it's adamant rope.
It's good stuff. How about that?
Now, it's a plus 16 or plus 11?
Plus
Plus
16.
16 to hit.
Okay,
Yes, it should say their right
Yeah.
there it is.
and arm abilities.
Ouch.
How dare.
That will hit, but it will do half damage.
That's fine. I'll save my point.
All right. Go ahead and roll 4d12 plus 10.
Plus 10. 40, 12.
Yes.
I reroll 3 of those.
Oh, I thought Breaker Fist like knocked them a certain distance. Fell cannon might not be the best choice for you.
But you are linked through the mine, so. All right. 8, 17, 28, 38. 38 points of damage. Very nice.
Right, and can the Titan be knocked prone?
Well, there's really no ground for it to flop onto. But we'll say that it sort of is somewhat speedily spinning. And as
Wait, I
you...
thought we hit the ground already.
No,
No.
you're still falling.
Oh. Wait, then what did we take damage from?
You took damage from running into the beast itself. It
Oh, that's what the
extended
3
its
points were?
tentacles- Yeah, it extended the tentacles towards
Okay.
the wall and slammed into it.
Alright, I guess I missed that. I thought that was fall damage.
Nope.
Oh, okay,
mean-
so...
Technically it was, because it was a d6.
Yeah. Oh, so then what's the difference between us and the kaiju?
It took a lot more from that, since it was the receiving end, and you are much, much denser. Either way,
No,
As
how far
you-
away is it now?
it is right on top of you right now. But, if you...
Okay.
Give me a sec. As you give it a nice haymaker, it, the force actually pushes you downwards and it upwards. It is now about 15 feet away in terms of range.
And the harpoon's disengaged.
You are now completely free falling.
You know, it occurs to me. We fall faster than it, and it's now above us. I don't think it can get us.
New problem, you're going to hit the ground first.
Alright, well, tell me when we're almost gonna hit the ground.
Proposal.
New problem after that, it will slam right into you after you land.
Proposal. What if we grab the wall and just let it fall?
You could certainly try. The wall is a good distance away, maybe 60 feet or so.
We harpoon the wall.
You could
I mean-
certainly
Hold on.
try.
We don't even need to do that.
I mean, once we hit the
'Cause,
ground, we can activate Giga Drill and it'll fall on a spinning mining drill.
That'd be badass.
Impulse thrusters. Impulse thrusters can be used in the air 'cause it lets us hover. We can like push ourselves out from under it.
You could certainly try. Sully, you still have one action left.
I know, I'm just trying to decide, because we have so many options right now.
But I want to let you decide because I feel like I'm trying to use your turn as my own.
I mean, you are the one that studied this the most, though, so your input is valuable.
Yeah, so since we're so close, I wouldn't really go with Fell Cannon.
No. Not this time.
Shard Barrage actually seems pretty good. 2d12 plus 10 damage for slashing each, and you get that 4 times. It's 1 charge.
That is pretty good, but that's a ranged attack, and it's prone right now.
So,
I don't think
Fair
that's
enough.
gonna matter.
Fair enough. Shard Barrage.
you want to
Alright.
overcharge that?
Roll 4 ranged weapon attacks, please.
I think I'll hold them, because after that, I've only got 4.
Okay.
Try and save up a little bit. Well, actually, if I charge it, is each of them stronger?
Yeah.
Oh, that changes things slightly.
That's what
I'll
I'm talking
drop-
about. Just 1.
It would increase their total damage.
Oh,
Hmm.
So you could choose which one to put that overcharge into.
no. Nah, then I'll just save it. 4 ranged attacks.
Plus 16
Okay.
each.
1. 2. 3. Crit.
Crit deck!
We'll
4.
forego the crit deck for now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Haven't
Not
done it for
possible,
anything
exactly.
else.
All of them are full damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Apparently, I'm a great mech pilot.
Yeah.
And apparently I'm
Now.
the freaking Red Ranger here.
Go ahead and roll
At this point,
8d12 plus 40.
wow. Reroll 2 of them.
2 of them, yeah. Time for some quick maths.
2 plus 2 is 4. Alright. As a
I mean, I guess I am at the front of the picture. I'm the
Yeah.
Red Ranger now.
what looks to be like an organ um,
96.
extends from a small compartment just behind your left shoulder. It hinges upward and points directly towards the target and fires. What sounds like 4 cannons going off. Their projectiles slamming into the beast, eliciting quite a few howls of pain and rage. As it seems to try to fall faster.
Yes, run towards the Gatling gun. That
Rock,
makes
rock.
sense.
Your turn.
Yes. So it's right above us.
About 30 feet above you.
30 feet. What can I do? And we have function for everything right now. Nothing's been damaged. Nothing yet.
Damage.
No, and you have Fury activated.
So as a movement, can I do impulse thrusters to move upward to get within melee?
Totally.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
As you all feel a jolt of acceleration, moving directly towards the very angry mass of tentacles and teeth.
And then I'm gonna do gravity wave with, I'm gonna overcharge it. Overcharging takes 1, so I'm gonna overcharge it 6 times.
Okay.
So that would be, now with overcharge I adds a 1, I'm adding 60-12 extra to it. Does that add 60-12 to both the force and the thunder?
60-12 additional damage. Not to each. Total.
Not to each. Okay, so well, I'll just add it all together. So that would be 12d12 plus 20.
Alright.
Let's see, roll the hit. Just that's gonna hit.
Actually, they would make a dexterity saving throw for this.
Oh, okay.
Which is 24.
He's not going to make it.
Alright. So
Reroll 3.
and then I get 2 more.
Someone else can do the math now. I'm done with it.
Alright. As you accelerate upwards towards it, you merely grab at it with your fist, those claws extending and digging into a bit of its flesh. As you clench down, you extend some of that power through the palm, and you just hear a multitude of bones cracking as its body is deformed with a tremendous amount of force. It is a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pulled 15 feet closer, so we're like
It's
on top
already
of
beat on.
each
Yeah,
other, right?
it's right next to you.
Alright.
I
Legendary
believe-
action, retaliate.
Okay. It is also going to do legendary action.
Primordial beams.
All right.
Before you just had me roll for damage at this distance. Do you still want me to roll for attack?
Just roll for damage.
Alright. So, 10. And so it's 4. Or no, it's. Get this. It's 2. 40 12s plus 10. So you just want me to do 8d12 plus 40? Or plus 20?
Yes. Yes,
Okay. Just want to make it easier. One, 2. Minus 3. So that's 72.
All right.
All right, now it's Kobold's turn.
Before that, he's going to make an attack.
That's fair.
And that is actually going to hit. Wow. Wow.
Wow.
What did it roll?
It rolled
Yo.
in total with all the modifiers. It did make a 20.
I thought it was
did-
22.
it was 22. Well, I thought it was 20. So that's why I said it made a 20. It actually rolled a 21.
Then it still
So that
didn't
would
make it,
miss.
right? Yes.
Yeah. Good catch. All right, that is going to be its legendary action, Cobalt.
All right. Sorry, give me a second. And just to be sure, let's be positive. Are we still falling?
You are still falling. You've been falling for quite a while now.
It's like
The
Spy
light
Kids.
around you has completely died out. There's a small speck of light way out far off in the distance above you.
Good thing we're kobold. I'm gonna
And
use the.
Besides, I believe you have tremor sense anyways.
I'm gonna use
Yeah.
the litany of winter.
You have dark
DC
vision for
DC 19.
okay. Constitution.
Yep, DC 19.
It does not make it.
Oh, and I'm gonna overcharge it twice. To spend 4 charge.
You can't.
Okay. I just.
I'd say you can, but say if you want to overcharge it before you actually do it.
I know, and
Okay.
normally I do, but like.
Yeah.
I want
I
to spend
gotcha.
4 charges so I get 4. So 5, 6, 7. And then I'm gonna re-roll the 1, 2, and 3, or the 2 1s and the 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Very nice.
So subtract 4, add 25. Or I
Okay.
guess.
It is starting to look very heavily wounded at this point.
And for a movement, I'm not gonna try to slow our descent, but I'm
Okay.
going to use the impulse source to try to move us back a few.
Back where?
Like just out from under it.
Okay.
Unless
You
you
just
guys
gotta-
want to be under it, for whatever.
I mean, I kind of want to do that Giga Drill move, but I don't know how well that'll work out.
Certainly try.
I mean, Dova said it would sound awesome, so that's pretty good.
Well, then I won't do it. We'll see what happens.
Is that going to be your turn then?
Yep.
Each of you gain 4 control charges. In addition, the ground is rapidly approaching. As in the dark vision that you do have, you do see the bottom now. It's about 350 feet off now. Actually, it would be, yeah, about that. You reckon with your current pace of actions that you have around 4 turns before you hit the bottom. And that is its turn. As you are still close to it, it is going to lash out at you with a tentacle. Will it make the AC? No, it will not. as another tentacle lashes across your back, but it largely scrapes against the hardened metal plates on your back. Rakuu, your turn. You have your... what actions did you take when you activated the Fury?
I activated it on my turn and I used it, so it's gone now.
Alright. You have a normal turn.
Wait, so it's gonna be 4 rounds or 4 turns?
4 rounds. Or no, sorry, 4 turns. So
Another hour?
it will land in between Sully and Rock's turn.
Can I hold an action?
Certainly. What do you want to do?
I want to hold that Giga Drill
Okay. For what?
for when the Titan falls on top of us.
Okay. You will do so. As the Titan falls on top of you, you will do a Giga Drill. It's gonna be badass. Alright.
So we're about to hit the ground?
I'm stoked. No, it's in between. It's after Sully's turn.
Okay.
However, there is the pressing issue, Rakuu. There might not be enough time to activate it after you hit the ground, as it is right above you.
Ah, I got cunning
Possible-
action.
You should probably create some distance.
All right, let's get some distance.
Eric's.
Oh yeah, you don't have another action. Okay.
We all heard the hive mind.
I
So
mean,
Sully
you guys metacommunications is canon right now.
Yeah, I know. I've been saying that.
All right, Sully.
Yes.
Well, first off, Dova. Sully's going to have his turn before we hit the ground, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on what Rock wants to do, he might also be able to do something.
I will, Sully, you make sure that you use one of your actions to,
Activate Giga Drill.
No, I already have that ready.
I'm going to hold one of my actions for Giga Drill as well. So we will have 2 going off. The same trigger as Rakuu. Kind of just throwing the arms up in the air and just letting it fall. But Sully, if you use one of your move action specifically to, like, use impulse thrusters.
Oh.
Just to slow our descent a little bit.
No, we wanted to put space between us, right?
That
Yeah, 'cause
I
we're pretty
could
close
use.
right now.
Okay, Dova, how much space exactly do we have between us and the ground?
Roughly 300 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use impulse thrusters myself to get 60 feet away from the Titan.
Alright.
And then Sully, you use it as well to slow our descent so it's not just... So we're not actually crashing into the ground. That sound good,
Alright.
Sully?
Yes.
Okay. And then, like I said, I am holding one of my actions for a Giga Drill as well.
As you all feel a burst of acceleration pushing you further downwards. You are now roughly 200 feet above the ground in regards to the game measurement. Not actually 200 feet, it's more like 2,000 feet. But since you guys are so big and... yeah,
Mechanically.
200 feet. It is now Titan's turn. He's going to prepare an action. Sully,
Yep.
you're just about to hit.
Time to activate those impulse thrusters.
Alright.
Oh, I was just gonna feather fall, but that works too, I guess.
Above you, the Titan coils around itself. There's a brief flash of intense arcane energy as it's going to cast a 9th level fireball directly downwards at you.
Can I cast
Counter.
counters?
You finish.
Can I cast counter spell?
Let me finish. As you are already prepared your actions anyways. A brief flash of arcane fire below you as those thrusters fire. You're engulfed in flames. As the ground rapidly approaches, you will take. So what's the 6. Basically peanuts. 20 points of arcane fire damage, as all you can see around you is a sickly green flame. There's an earth-shaking thud as something slams into the stone floor, cracking it. As it's wreathed in these flames, there's an explosion of activity within as something collides into the ground on top of it. And as those flames start to recede, mirroring off of uncountable eyes in the darkness, the mech stands, Titan held firmly above it, twitching, as its hands, your hands, are impaled deep within its chest, crushing its heart.
That's badass.
Hey.
Echoes throughout the cavern.
I
Rock
think
Rock,
we
it is
have
your turn.
company.
Hmm.
You know that
So-
picture I sent? The let me find it again.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, come on, where is it? That is basically what you look like right now.
Oh yeah.
All right.
One sec, those of you on the stream.
That's funny. I wasn't even thinking about that. I just thought it'd be awesome to have the thing just land on a drill.
Yeah.
Well, you were right. We just didn't realize quite how awesome. That's
Well,
epic.
you realized so. Well, I realized it would be awesome when Nova said it would be badass, and then when you followed suit. Oh, that's incredible.
God. Okay, so we're down at the bottom of this thing, and you said there's eyes around.
Multiple, innumerable. They're coating the walls as there's a slight sort of. There was a small, very thin sheet of stone that you broke through first. And underneath of it is the inside's coated with this thin mat of continuously writhing flesh. And that's what you're standing on right now. But around it, they almost seem to curl back, as some of it has been burned by your thrusters crashing down, as well as the arcane fire wreathing around it. In the darkness, you can see a almost uncountable amount of these small figures. Things that might have been menacing to you before, but they seem to be ants right now. You also see 3 hulking figures somewhere in the darkness. And way far off, as this cavern is absolutely immense, you see a knotted, slowly pulsating ball of flesh. Sinew, tendons, and veins stretch out into the walls surrounding it. And as it turns its awareness towards you, you can feel that it knows you're here, that it sees you. And Ayastal simply whispers to you all. Thus it begins. And thus
Oh,
it
you're
ends.
awake.
Rock, it is still your turn.
And we're still like all mentally connected, right?
Yes.
They're gonna feel the biggest grin cross that they probably have ever felt as I'm looking. Most marvelous day.
Oh,
You know,
I already
this-
have
I
that
like this.
too, because my idea worked. If it was my turn, what I would have done was toss the Titan off and like dust off the hands.
Flashbacks of that siege coming as he said there's like a pulse. How far is that pulsing heart thingy?
You feel that it's maybe a mile away. But
Hmm.
you can cover that distance in perhaps 5 minutes or so.
Impulse
Ah,
thruster.
It's an absolutely immense cavern.
Okay. I don't have a lot of keys.
But we
All
will
right.
be ending. We will be ending shortly. As I
Alright,
do
well-
have things to do tomorrow. Sorry.
I am going to be charging headfirst.
All right. As you simply drop it behind you, just rolling your shoulders, your legs surge forward, gaining in momentum and speed as they charge headfirst into the heart of the world. And I think we'll end there.
Good spot to end.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. I really appreciate all the support. A special thank you to all of you that have been subscribing and helping out the channel. The only reason we can do all this is because of you. So, thank you so much. I will be back tomorrow, starting Fable Anniversary Edition. And let's see, we've got, don't forget to follow and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. It helps me keep bringing more content, especially if you do subscribe. Remember, if you've got Amazon Prime, you also get Twitch Prime, which gives you a free subscription to a channel. Do remember to check the description in the channel. We've got a Discord, Telegram channel, Twitter, all that good stuff. And of course, if you can, please consider supporting us on Patreon at patreon.com/ZGFgaming. Otherwise, thank you for joining, and I bid you all adieu.
Get your Doom music ready for next time.
Oh, I got
Fucking
some.
metal.
Yep.
Album's
down.
called Badass Boss Themes.
There you go.
Doomsday.
As
Have a good
usual,
night, guys.
I will
Night.
be picking the least fitting thing.